The next thing that I want to comment on is just acknowledging that we have influence over each other.
Hello and welcome to episode 89 of Yellow Colored Glasses. Michaela here with our third solo episode. Today I wanted to come on and talk about the power of influence, the power of social media, the power of all of that, because we have been really focused through this podcast on social media, making our presence known, and I just think it's really important. So first things first, let's start off with a review. Jordan K. Jordan says, very professional and easy to work with, always a pleasure, helped us save some money and made the process very simple. So thank you for the incredible review, Jordan. We appreciate you so much. Next up, a peek and a pit, something going really well for me. Me and Jake are really focused on the future right now, and we are getting things in order to do some different things, and we're really excited about it. I'm not trying to be secretive, but I am a little bit, I guess. I should be able to talk about it soon, but just getting things in order for the future. So I'm really, really excited about that. Next thing, a pit, something not going so well. So something not going so well is maybe the sound that's currently happening outside this room. I don't know what that noise is. That was crazy. A pit, generally speaking, in my life. Let me see here. I get a little nervous right now letting my dogs outside because our grill has dripped this like black, almost like tar onto the concrete, and they will either get their nose in it or get their fur in it in some way, and then I've got to either cut it out of their fur or try to wipe it out, but wiping it out is like next to impossible. So it's just kind of like such a small inconvenience, but also a big inconvenience because I love to let them go outside and I love to let them like roam around. But I'm not trying to like worry about something so small at the same time. So luckily for the past week, it's been fine. But I think either last weekend or the weekend before, they like really got into it and it was kind of a mess. But at least they've been staying out of it. Okay, so a couple things. Ever since social media, we have basically gained access to an abundance of information, which is so amazing. And even beyond that, we're able to stay extremely, extremely connected with each other, which again is so, so cool. A couple things that I like to do to help me stay focused on me, my future, my family, and what's ahead of me is strategically following people that are in alignment with what that future looks like. So if someone's posting a lot about like sad stories, or they love reading tragedy novels or something like that, there's obviously nothing wrong with someone enjoying that as a hobby, that they're entitled to that. It's just not in alignment with my future and where I'm going. So maybe that account is not something that I am going to gravitate towards. And same to someone else. Everybody should kind of follow and do what is in alignment with what their future looks like, what their idealized self looks like. So yeah, through the podcast, we try to, show through what we want more of in the world, supporting each other, getting businesses on, giving people a platform to have a voice and have an opinion and have their perspective
and just be heard. Not, just because someone says something doesn't make it right or doesn't mean you have to agree with it, but it at least gives them a seat to sit in to speak. And I think that is pretty cool. Another thing that is a little more direct and not so indirect is, of course, surrounding yourself with people that are, again, in alignment with what you want your future to hold or what you want your future to look like. Spending quality time and spending time with someone who's, doing drugs or, kind of headed down that path, and you don't see yourself or you don't want to see yourself partaking in those types of activities, you would probably want to stay away from someone that's engaging in that type of thing. If you are someone who is aspiring to become a business owner, maybe you would want to spend time with someone else who's a business owner. I feel like a lot of this stuff is so redundant and so obvious, but we got to hear it sometimes. We really got to hear it sometimes. The next thing that I want to comment on is just acknowledging that we have influence over each other, and acknowledging that, being aware of that, and knowing what to do with that power. Whenever you're around your friends or your family, they're going to say things that are going to influence you in some capacity, in a negative way, a positive way, a neutral way. That influence is there. And so my point is to provoke the question of how do you want to be influential to someone else? Do you want to influence someone to start using drugs? Do you want to influence someone to stay away from drugs? Do you want to influence someone to take care of themselves? Do you want to influence someone to become a business owner? Whatever that means for you, take note of how you influence other people, because it happens directly and indirectly, in person and online. And it's just something worth mentioning. It's something worth acknowledging and being aware of. So I want to keep this episode very, very short. The message is very to the point, and I don't want to get to rambling on about the obvious. So yeah, thank you guys for tuning in, and I will catch you in episode number 90. I cannot believe we are nearing 100. Thanks, guys.